Chiefs are 0 for 3 on third down. They have 3rd and 16 here. They shift the pocket right. Mahomes will throw it on the run. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Eagles at the 30. Near side 25. It's DeJean. 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown Philadelphia on a pick 6. 17-0 Eagles. Chiefs 1st and 10. They stay out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Mahomes looking to throw. Goes middle. And the pass is intercepted. Intercepted in the middle by Zach Bond. The second interception thrown by Mahomes in this half. Mahomes into the pocket. Moving to his right. Throws on the run. Wide open. DeAndre Hopkins drops the ball, and he was wide open at the 49-yard line. And it is all come unglued in this first half. DeAndre Hopkins someday will go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There wasn't an Eagle within 10 yards of it. And the Chiefs lose it 40-22.
D-Hop, H-O-F.
Philadelphia Eagles getting
see
their
that
second
play?
Lombardi
Yeah,
trophy
but
in their
H-O-F?
long history that dates back to the 1930s. Final score, Eagles 40, Chiefs 22.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mitch Holtis, play-by-play voice for the vast and ever-expanding Kansas City Chiefs radio network.
I think he handled it well for the most part from the audio that I had heard.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there has to be... There's an arrogance associated with it, an earned arrogance, by the way, when your team goes to the AFC title game every year and competes for Super Bowls and every year, and you have a chance to three-peat the way that the team did, where if I'm Mitch Holtis, I'm absolutely shocked when it hits 24-0. You know what I mean? Where how do you handle that at that point in time where you didn't necessarily just anticipate a competitive game, but you very much anticipate that your guy who's proven this, and again, earned the arrogance over the course of his career, earned the opportunity to be in a spot where you assume he's going to be winning that game.
Yeah.
Unless something nutty happens, you believe with the ball in his hands and the clock ticking down, he's going to be in that position to win a game. And it wasn't just that. They never had a shot in this one. And that's got to be tough as a play-by-play guy to kind of work your way through that. Ooh, it was ugly.
All right, 3-2. See, the way the Eagles played Mahomes and the Chiefs offense is it just knowing, generally speaking, how the league works. And that's the top target at which to shoot most consistently of late. It's granted, there are myriad ways to skin the proverbial cat, but not everybody can drop 7 or drop 8 and rush 3 or rush 4 the way those Eagles did yesterday. And then you got your guy who I'd never heard of until he had the sack yesterday. What was his name? Trey Dixon or something like that?
Jalex Hunt?
Yeah, Jalex Hunt. So now all of a sudden under the cover of darkness, he's sacking quarterbacks. Montez Sweat, by the way. I don't know how many sacks he had or how many times he got to the quarterback. Not Montez, Josh. Holy cow. I mean, you talk about bringing your big boy game at the most pertinent time. So now what they got out of him, the Georgia kids, and so on without blitzing, I wouldn't call that a model or a prototype as a way. Well, it can be the prototype. It can be the model. It can be the plan to beating Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I mean, you got to keep him in the pocket, which they did better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. So he couldn't run and go willy-nilly on it because he wanted to. But when you come into a Super Bowl and you compensate Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones, then you have a chip, chair, and chance. That's why they were favored. Yeah. Well, not why they were favored. I think and I think the line might have flipped. I think Philadelphia ended up a 1-point favorite at the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Or pick.
Okay.
But it's, we're not going to go too far down this road, but it's when constituents make a certain team favored, it's not because they think they're going to win. It's they want equal action.
Yep. So
they can scoop what's known as the VIG, the juice, the percentage on top of the win bets. And I think mostly they got that. But then there was, from what I understand, just heavy Philadelphia Eagles action very late in the equation.
I thought what I had seen is that Vegas sportsbooks, their liability rested on the Eagles winning and the under. I think that was
if the Eagles win, they get stuck.
I think that was the and then that combined with the under were the two biggest points of negative for Vegas.
Yeah. So when it comes to the way you framed up that question, I mean, DeAndre Hopkins with that drop was deflating. I mean, the camera immediately cut to Chris Jones, the defensive lineman, basically falling off the bench. Like, are you kidding me with this?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't supposed to be on the team. Now we're throwing to him in the Super Bowl. But DeAndre Hopkins is near the end of his career, and he's had a ballyhooed career. But their guys are Rashee Rice and Sky Moore. Those are their guys. That's the covenant. And they both were hurt. Pacheco was hurt a majority of us. Now we got Kareem Hunt. Now we have Samaje Perine. They didn't have their covenant, which I feel, even though the names may be lesser than some of the names that replace these guys, when it came to the galvanizing moment of the game of how are we going to stop this? How can we stop this? They just did not have the right people to do it. And they're being down their left tackle. I mean, I shortchanged that the entire week. Quite honestly, I didn't even pay attention to it. I knew Tooney was playing, but I assumed he was going to be an admirable or at least acceptable fill-in at left tackle. He was awful.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Absolutely trucked, pushed back. He kept falling. My man kept falling. It's like he was trying to set his feet. And anticipatory skills are key. But he knew what was coming at him, so he tried to set his foot and he would fall. Yeah. And then now Mahomes, has to run the other way. So they were without their covenant, and I think that hurt.
Nick Sirianni, trophy presentation.
Sirianni. Well, revenge is served sweet when you got a big old good butt whooping over the team that hurt you 2 years ago. How good does this feel, knowing that you beat the Chiefs?
That
beat you 2 years
I think
ago?
so, yeah.
Yeah, all glory to God, first
Amen.
and foremost. But that's a great football team. And we had to come out and play our best, and we did. And what a lesson to the entire world of what good teamwork does. We have selfless guys. We have guys that don't want to let each other down. We got guys that will fight for each other, that will play hurt for each other. They love each other. Love is a strong thing, and it takes a lot of work to develop that. And these guys, that's a team. That's a team and the greatest team sport there is.
Congratulations. 2-2, and then all of a sudden this thing turns around. Your coordinators, I thought, both offensive and defensive, Fangio and then Kellen Moore, were outstanding today.
Yeah, Vic's been a great coordinator in this league for decades, and he was awesome today. Kellen, let's run this. Let's run this back, Kellen. Let's run this back.
Congratulations, coach.
That's pretty good.
Would you, Kellen? Hey, would you rather run this back with the Philadelphia Eagles or go figure out that rat's nest in the bayou, just hanging around?
I mean, that's actually a fair question because head coaching jobs are so hard to find. Kellen Moore could be named the head coach of the New Orleans Saints today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, but really, I mean, it's like Ben Johnson, he for all the skepticism that he had about the opportunities the last couple of years, he waited and he waited and he became more hyped during said time, which probably took him from 7, 8, 9 million a year, maybe to 13, 14, 15, 16. I think that only helped him along the way.
Yeah. I'd love to hear, and he's just too classy to do this, but maybe cover of darkness, what Kevin Stefanski thinks about, because that was a part of the conversation when Stefanski left Minnesota is the Browns.
Yeah.
Really? That's where you're going to go?
Baker?
Like, you want those opportunities, certainly, but look at how destitute that situation is. He ends up going, and now he's been coach of the year twice, and he's had a lot of, I guess by their standards, certainly some success, and he's winning games with Joe Flacco down the stretch of seasons and everything, but you want that opportunity so bad, the Liam Cohens of the world.
Yes.
Duval,
that's a good call.
How really is that going to turn out? You want that job and all of that, but do you have all the tools around you? Are you ready for that? There are so many factors in that. Yeah. And with the situation as it is down with the Saints, if I'm Kellen Moore, I can just keep producing like top offenses like he did in Dallas and again in Philly.
Yep.
And there's going to be another one around the bend that maybe looks a little bit better. Maybe stick around and run it back.
But see, I think that may be the difference between Johnson and Kellen.
Okay.
Because Ben looked at Decker over to Penei Sewell, and then they get Gibbs.
Yeah.
All right, they're getting run out of the artist formerly known as the sled dog, David Montgomery, while they drafted Laporta and just everything that we know about that offense.
Certainly.
Philadelphia situation's different. Now, do I fully expect Saquon Barkley to be high end the next 5 years? Absolutely. But they might lose their right guard, Mekhi Becton. Yeah. Lane Johnson is very close to retirement. That's a quirky group, man.
And A.J. Brown. I mean, I texted to you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point. Dude.
I mean, it's just, but now on the other side of it, I mean, this New Orleans situation, I mean, they're minus $8 trillion in the cap, and they don't have their quarterback situation. I mean, I need.
Kamara hasn't been productive in 3 years. Wide receiver situation's a little ugly.
Cam Jordan's probably right at the end.
Oh, yeah. Are they still? Yeah, they're still trotting out DeMario Davis and Cam Jordan. Both very good careers.
Lattimore's gone.
But not the youngest people. They traded away Lattimore, so maybe they got some draft pick compensation for that.
I mean, this could be. You know, it's like when O'Connell wins the Super Bowl, comes here. Well, he has Cousins. He has Dalvin. He's JJ.
Yep.
He has Brian O'Neill. Was Darisaw here by then? Did they draft Darisaw or did Spielman?
Darisaw was here 21, I think. That was their last draft together.
So let me get this straight. I got a quarterback who's accurate. I got a running back with pop, and I got a left tackle. Where do I sign?
Yeah, no kidding.
So now Kellen Moore. Who's my left tackle? Is it that guy from Northern Iowa, penning something that everybody told me was going to be good and he's awful? Okay, so that's my left tackle. Mr. and Mrs. Benson, whomever owns the team these days. You can't tell me who your quarterback's going to be.
Well, they got Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
Kamara is investing more money into his gold teeth than he is learning the playbook and catching skinny posts and angle routes.
That is true.
And, we just don't really have Olave.
And they got that rookie left tackle from this last year, Fuaga.
Yeah.
Talisa Fuaga.
I'm sure he did great.
Well, I don't think he did.
So if I'm Kellen Moore, to leave what I have now.
They got Honey Badger.
Dysfunctional as it can be. I mean, I need whatever the sweetest, most plum deal that you possibly can get, I need.
Man.
And by the way, he's still Kellen Moore.
That's just ugly.
He has not led man at this level, the totality of a team. Everybody. He's not team meeting guy, ever in his NFL life. Maybe he'll be incredibly good, but it has a feel that is not going to work because they're in an awful situation. So if I'm him, if you want me to leave, and it was going to be 7 a year because I'm new, it needs to be 9.
Yeah.
It just needs to be. And then I realize that's before taxes. But nevertheless, it's a sketchy situation down Bayou Way. Super Bowl sound and much more around the corner. We are into the penultimate segment, 9 to noon, KFAN.
Obviously, the turnovers hurt, and I take all the blame for that. Just those early turnovers swing the momentum of the game, and then they capitalized on them, and they scored. They scored on the one, and then they got a touchdown immediately after. So that's 14 points that I kind of gave them, and it's hard to come back from that in the Super Bowl.
More Super Bowl sound for you. Final hour, 9 to noon. That was Patrick Mahomes. Those turnovers, complete L. How about Travis Kelce?
There was a lot of things going wrong. Can't just say that it was just the O-line or anything like that. I think it was accumulative of everything, not really going our way today.
Total systems malfunction, according to tight end Travis Kelce. Chiefs lose, chance at a three-peat. The dynasty may still be intact, but certainly tattered after the 40-22 loss yesterday. Saquon Barkley, on the other hand, 2,000-plus yards during the regular season. Not as explosive. Didn't get away on one yesterday. Didn't get into the end zone. But it took him a long time to get there, and he's cherishing his Super Bowl victory.
It took 7 years to get here. Some up and down, some injuries. But coming here and being part of this team, year one. Why not? Why not start our dynasty now?
Yeah, why not, right?
Man. She looked prettier in person, I tell you that. You think about it, it's better in person than it is in Madden, I tell you that, playing as a kid, but it's everything you dream of, and I'm just happy to be able to, hold it, give it a kiss, and, be world champs.
Yeah, that's the Lombardi Trophy that Jeffrey Lurie, owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, got to hoist on stage. Here's Terry Bradshaw.
Jeffrey Lurie, congratulations on behalf of the beautiful Caesar Superdome here in New Orleans in the great state of Louisiana. Fox Sports is proud to present to you, the Eagles, and all your marvelous fans, this Lombardi Trophy. What does it mean to you?
Terry, I'm
not going to turn loose of this microphone.
So, you know what? This is a very, very special Eagles family. Incredible, talented players that happen to be unselfish and humble every single day of the year. A credit to our coaching staff led by Nick, Howie and his staff, unbelievable. And by the way, about 200 other people that are the support staff that you'll never hear about, and a few dogs, too. And to our amazing fans, your Eagles are world champions again. Love you, Mom.
Amazing fans, you say. Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. You heard him mention Howie and his staff, Howie Roseman, general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles. We talked about this earlier, 9 to noon. You are paying attention to it as a listener, certainly. But you look at this thing. What the anatomy of a champion as it adds up. And you start back, of course, Jalen Hurts. They take him in the second round, 2020, after completely flopping on the Jalen Reagor pick. But all Howie Roseman's staff, he wasn't just getting first-round picks for Sam Bradford to the Vikings in 2016. No, 2021, Milton Williams, with those 2 sacks, the forced fumble and the recovery, impending free agent, Milton Williams. Yeah, he was a third-rounder in 2021. How about Landon Dickerson? Landon Dickerson playing on a bum knee, left guard, and had to step in earlier in the playoffs because Cam Jurgens, his back hurt so badly he couldn't play. And Landon Dickerson said, I'm up. I'm in. I'm the guy. I can do this. How about Landon Dickerson, second-round pick 2021. Devontae Smith, their first-rounder 2021. Then you jump to the next year. Yeah, they can't ace the draft early on again, can they? Oh, no big deal. They took Jordan Davis. Tough rookie season, but he's been absolutely phenomenal since. They took him in the first. Cam Jurgens, mentioned him. He's their starting center. They take him in the second round. And Nakobe Dean. All those Georgia cats, and they weren't done. 2023, they take Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Tyler Steen, who had to fill in for Mekhi Becton, and then Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean.
Appreciate you.
You heard about Saquon Barkley getting a Super Bowl trophy on his 28th birthday. How about Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6 as a rookie on his 22nd birthday? Quinyon Mitchell, Jalix Hunt, Will Shipley was in on the 7 rushing touchdowns a couple weeks prior against Washington. The drafting's been phenomenal. Jeffrey Lurie heard the trophy presentation, hoisting his second Lombardi in 7 seasons. It's all good for Philly. The Super Bowl sound, you know, the sound on the other end of it, playing a couple of clips from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They said what winners say. You know, the turnovers from Mahomes' fault, they were all my fault. Didn't mention, I had listened to a longer version, including most of his postgame. He didn't take the O-line deep. He wasn't sitting there talking about protection breakdowns and, you know, it was anybody else's fault. He wears it on his shoulders. You had Travis Kelce just kind of mentioning total systems failure. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. We've talked in the past about, you know, hangovers and season openers and, you know, how those things can go after you raise the banner and you get to look at the shiny rings, but how you handle it when all you've done at the highest level is win and be on the right side of it, and you just absolutely get thrashed the way they do. 2025 is going to be it's going to be intriguing to me to see how this supposed dynasty bounces back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there are 2025 season Super Bowl odds that already are out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you could get them before the Super Bowl, but you know, now like sites are promoting them and stuff like that because
I got FanDuel's right here. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, Chiefs are the top favorite right now.
Oh, let me because I just saw something pop up on Twitter and it said Chiefs Ravens 1 and 2 for like the favorites or whatever.
Okay.
So let me see if I can guess the NFC North, if you don't mind.
Ooh, I like it.
So the Chiefs and Ravens would be 1-2?
Yes, it's actually the Bills and Eagles and Ravens are all 7-1,
Okay.
and the Chiefs are 6.5 to 1.
So we started 6.5. That's the key.
Yep.
To balance the line, the whole thing here. So let's see the Motor City Kitties, despite losing the offensive coordinator, and they're good with the salary cap too. I'm going to say the Detroit Lions to win Super Bowl 6-0. 15 to 1.
Try them at 9-1.
They're 9.
They are the 5th favorite.
Yeah.
They remain that high.
See, you had 3 there at 7, so I thought there was going to be a gap to get us to like 11 or 12.
Well, that's exactly where the gap starts. Is at 9-1 are the Lions. Next at 6, 17 to 1. Again, this is via FanDuel. The Niners.
Yeah.
So that's a massive betting gap.
All right.
From 9-1 to 17 to 1 for your 6th favorite.
So now we're going to get into the. If you'd like to meet me in the lobby of this building, adjacent to the accomplished pianist Sir Leonard Dykert, I'll handle those Green Bay Packers Super Bowl bets.
Yeah.
Because they're a public team. Okay, now you got to again think the ones opening the windows, the wickets to take futures bets on the Super Bowl, they have to be cognizant of how the public bets. The Green Bay Packers will receive in voluminous fashion, maybe not the financial amount, but the volume. There are going to be a lot of Green Bay Packers Super Bowl future bets. That's just how it works. They're a popular team.
Yep.
So I'm going to say Green Bay is second, even though I think the Vikings should be second here. And I'm going to put Green Bay at about 30 to 1, 26 to 1.
24 to 1, the Green Bay Packers.
24 to 1.
And they are the second favorite in the NFC North.
So let me get this straight. I give you $1,000.
Yep.
And if I win, I scoop $25,000. I make $24,000.
That's correct.
For the quarterback who throws it off the back foot and right to Dre Greenlaw, and then all of a sudden I'm using my tickets to start a wood-burning fire in my living room.
That's the one, yes.
Okay, well, I need 40 to 1 on that one. So that means I'm putting the Vikings behind the Packers.
You are.
And I'm going to say, 24 to 1 there. Minnesota 30?
38 to 1, your Minnesota Vikings. Yes, they are let me see here, the 14th favorite. They're the 14th favorite in odds. And
we got breaks in them too, don't we?
Yeah, we got it.
So Bears 60 to 1.
They are tied at 38 to 1. Yeah, that's where they put them.
Okay, now I'm mad. I mean, you idiots.
You're listening to 9 to Noon.
All right, you're listening to the audio home leader of people calling people idiots and then turning the cheek at FM 100.3 KFAN. Back after this.
I can't wait until tomorrow. 'Cause tomorrow might very well be too late.
Yep, we can't wait until tomorrow because...
I can't wait.
What?
I can't wait until tomorrow. Here we go, Paul!
Because tomorrow is a Talker Tuesday at FM 100.3 KFAN and 9 to noon. Talker Tuesday tomorrow on your audio home for every Talker Tuesday in the history of Talker Tuesdays. And yours truly excited to be here for it. Thank you very much for listening to 9 to noon today or whenever you do. Skull Wolves, go Wolves this evening on KFAN. Against one of the better teams in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers. But that'll be fun to follow from afar. And thank you, mostly, and thank you very much for listening to 9 to noon when you do. I'm Paul Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, with Super Bowl 59, Kendrick Lamar did the halftime show, but the one who was bouncing along next to him, like the one who would go, hey, hey, hey.
The hype man.
The hype man. We have secured his services for the wrap on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get a witness? And a raucous round of applause for the stylings and the talent of Big Daddy Khan.
Woo! Hey! Hey!
Hey! Guess who's back in the how?
Happy Monday, and how about that if you were betting on the Chiefs? You were losing your hat, your pockets turned out, you were yelling at your cat. As painful as it was, Philly had my wallet fat. Saquon wasn't great, but it was funny, man, to have the birds on the line with plus money. Had a buddy sprint his way to a wagering facility because this win has inevitability, but shocked by how it played out. The Chiefs O-line all looked like they were suffering from gout. Man, those bad feet, it was a collective olay. Late TDs helping the overpay. Tomorrow we start to turn the page. We're used to this, the reason we rapidly age. And over the weeks, we're refilling the gas gauge, washing away all that purple rage.
Don't be so negative.
Copyright Dan Guerrero.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.